And now I'm pleased to introduce my friend and my colleague, Representative Carolyn Maloney of New York.
Thank you,
Carolyn.
Scott. Thank you, Scott, for your leadership on this. And I must say, it's really great to have an NRA member standing with us on this important reform. From New York, we always talk about the Twin Towers, but I always say the real Twin Towers are the police and fire who saved the lives of so many on 9/11. And I want to thank the men and women in law enforcement and the men and women who are standing with us today. For too long, we have been handcuffing the wrong people. We've made it very difficult for law enforcement to stop the flow of guns to criminals, and we've made it easy for criminals to get their hands on guns. With this bill, we start turning this around so that we can handcuff the real people, and those are the criminals. This bill, which is the first in history, a bipartisan federal bill, will combat gun trafficking. It makes gun trafficking a felony, and it increases the penalties for gun trafficking and for straw purchasers. When we were having hearings in the Government Reform and Oversight Committee on violence on the border, law enforcement testified that they don't even bother to prosecute or capture straw purchasers because the penalties are so weak. It's like a slap on the hand. So they asked us, really pled with us, to make gun trafficking a felony, to make it a crime, which is what our bill does. This bill will keep guns, or will certainly try to keep guns from criminals, but it does not in any way affect the Second Amendment or affect the right of legal gun owners to own their guns and to have their guns. My colleague Scott mentioned many aspects of the bill and really the terrible tragedy that happened in Webster, New York, just 10 days after the tragedy that happened at the elementary school in Stony Brook. Under our bill, the straw purchaser would be facing 20 years in jail. So this puts teeth behind and enforcement behind, and gives law enforcement the tools that they need to make our country safer. I'm telling you that the American people are really crying out for concrete steps to stem the gun violence in our country. They are crying out for us to work together, to compromise, to get something done to protect our people, to take illegal guns off the streets. And this bill, with the help of my colleagues, is an important step in the right direction.